good afternoon, good evening, Jar of Marble dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles.
Hello.
Hello, Bob. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. Today, I want to talk a little bit about rehearse your best life. Life is not a rehearsal is a powerful statement that emphasises the importance of living fully in the present moment. It reminds us that our time is limited and that we only get one chance to live each day. Unlike a rehearsal where mistakes can be corrected and performances can be perfected, life doesn't offer a second chance for the moments that pass by. Don't we know that?
Yes, we do.
This phrase encourages us to take action, make decisions and live with intention, knowing that each day is an opportunity to create the life that we want. Hashtag rehearse your best life. So, an introduction to the concept. Imagine for a moment that your life is a stage and you're the star performer.
Oh, yes, I can imagine that, yes.
Good, Bob. What you doing, Bob?
Shh, I'm imagining.
Every day you get to rehearse how you want your life to unfold. What if I told you that the way you rehearse can directly influence your reality?
Here we go.
Today, we're going to talk about how you can mentally and practically rehearse the life you want so you can start living it.
So we are accepted?
Well, performing for acceptance is exhausting. Everything that you're saying and doing becomes a bid for approval. And in the case where you may be rewarded for your smokescreen will never give you the love you seek. You'll know that deep down they don't really know the real you.
So it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, Bob. Look, it's in our DNA, in our survival instinct to fit in. That's why I say if people around you aren't honest with themselves, operate at a surface level, struggle to express genuine compassion, it's time to stray away from that norm and get into rehearsing your best life. And there are a lot of free tools. Hashtag rehearse your best life. Another tool is visualisation, the power of visualisation. First, let's talk about it. Visualisation. We've all heard the phrase, seeing is believing, but in this context, believing is seeing.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's when you vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire. You're training your brain to recognise and create that reality.
How many times do I imagine it? 2 times? 3 times?
For myself, think of it more like a new loved hobby. Be dedicated to it if you expect to change your brain. Hashtag rehearse
your best life.
Yes, Bob, athletes do this all the time. They visualise their performance before they even step onto the field or court. Research shows that if you imagine the proper execution of a skill, it will help with the actual execution of the same skill when you do it in real life. This is not new, but surprising how many are unaware of its power. Athletes can perform a drill faster and with less mistakes when they use imagery compared to those that don't.
Well, colour me green and call me a pickle.
Yeah, it also helps to regulate anxiety.
It's seriously helpful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Helping athletes to stay confident and focused, for example. So athletes are a relatable example, but imagining, visualising can be used for anything that you're aspiring to improve upon. There is research for people who were learning the piano. One group practiced their scales for real, while another group imagined the scales in their mind, imagined their fingers hitting the piano keys, and in their mind also they could hear the scales, they could hear the piano, felt how they would if they were actually sitting on the stool, imagining that they're sitting there playing the piano. So when imagining, it doesn't matter if you can't see that in your mind's eye, but if you can think about it as though you are thinking, as though you're imagining it, say a memory, it's been proven that the placebo group played every bit as well. In fact, some better than others. I just really want to accentuate what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, you were stumbling over your words there a little bit.
I know. Everyone, there are people that can't visualise. Like I know different meditation groups that I'd been in quite a few years ago, people used to complain that they couldn't visualise, they couldn't imagine, the flower or whatever it is they were asking to imagine. But the thing is, I think it's more relying on your memory. In your memory, you know what a flower looks like. You might not be able to call up the actual picture of a flower, but you know what a flower looks like. So it's the sense of, and that is every bit as good. So as I say, even if you're just thinking on a memory or how you would imagine it feels is enough. And it's been proven, as I said, that the placebo group played every bit as well, the piano that is. In fact, some better than the ones that had practiced on an actual piano.
No way.
Yeah, the group who imagined for spots of time every day playing their scales actually improved by something like 13%. And this quote from poet and author Maya Angelou, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humour and some style." Maya Angelou's literary work and activism have inspired generations. Her quote encourages living with purpose, passion and grace, reminding us that we are meant to do more than just get by, but to truly live and make an impact.
Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use honeycombs.
Basketball superstar LeBron James visualizes various game scenarios, focusing on his movements and reactions, helping him to perform optimally in actual games. Then it makes me want to ask you, what could you improve upon? What could you learn that would really help your plans and hopes for your life? What can you see that you'd like to improve upon?
Hey, where do you learn to make banana splits? It's Sunday school. You get it? Get it? Sunday school?
Yes, Bob. Hashtag rehearse your best life. It is indeed worth embracing new concepts. It's only going to make your dreams come closer to you. And this relatable quote from the iconic artist Frida Kahlo, "I paint flowers so they will not die." Known for her vibrant art and powerful self-expression, Frida Kahlo defied societal norms in both her work and her personal life. This quote reflects her passion for capturing beauty and preserving it through art, symbolising the eternal nature of creativity.
Think I'd be really good at visualization?
Well, Bob, keep in mind about seeing the end result.
What do you mean?
Well, you've got to keep in mind that while you're thinking, oh, gee, I'd like a new job, you've got to see it. You've got to see yourself happy about having the job. Some people say,
but I can't visualize.
That's what they do say that, and that's fine. I can't always too. I think about how I'd like to see the end result, whether it's
Have you forgotten your word?
no, whether it's being congratulated on the new relationship, finding that wonderful friend, seeing yourself out having meals and laughing, whatever it is, it's about feeling the emotions, the adrenaline, the satisfaction, as though it's happened. When you rehearse these moments in your mind, your brain starts to believe that it's possible and it begins to find ways to make it happen.
No way.
Yes way. This is all scientifically proven, researched and still being researched. This is a subject that I've been researching myself and reading about and learning about for years, for quite some time. And to answer your question, Bob, how many times do you visualise or think about it in a day? Well, look, you're utilising your imagination. How much do you want it? On a day-to-day basis and as many times as you can remember through the course of your day. Be dedicated to imagining what it is you want.
Yeah, okay.
Until it becomes a welcomed habit. An example, say you want to change your job. See yourself being congratulated on getting the job. Hear yourself saying, isn't it wonderful that I got this really great job? If there's a skill you'd like to improve, see yourself improving while, say, you're doing a course, moving towards your goal, reading up on whatever you can, talking to people who know about what it is you want to do. There is so much free stuff, even on YouTube, for example, to learn. There's so much there. I've personally taught myself a few things I had no idea where to go, where to start, and all on YouTube. Television producer and screenwriter Shonda Rhimes says this beautifully: dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams. Fleeting, pretty, but dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. It's hard work that creates change. Shonda Rhimes has revolutionised television, bringing diversity and depth to the screen. Her quote is a reminder that while dreaming is important, it is dedication and hard work that turns dreams into reality. And, as I've said, there is research and science to back this. It's really important to me personally, that there is a reason why things happen. Something that if I can take it back to science, or if I can take it back to my own intuition. We're all different. We all, take in information and believe different things. But how many of us accept our lot?
Too many of us.
Oh, you better believe it. I know less than the fingers I can count on one hand of people who love what they are doing. It is acceptable,
Nay, a societal virus.
yes, to bite the bullet and stick to the jobs we hate our managers, detest walking in the front door and hating every minute thereafter. I think we have real problems making change, too busy throwing all our energy into hating our life, or we don't have enough confidence within ourselves to go, I need more money, or I would rather work at home, or I would rather be doing something else. Never mind adapting to change. There will always be your own reasons why you're sticking something out, and perhaps not enough understanding that you are the actual solution.
Oh, yeah. Hey, hey.
Me, myself, and I get very antsy if I am not making change somewhere in my life. It computes in my brain that I'm dead set bored, that there's got to be more, and there always is. And it's always simple. We humans can really get in the way of our own, moving forward. We can kind of complicate things.
Oh, yeah, you and your projects.
Yeah, Bob, nothing quite beats you being at the forefront of the changes that come about in your life, because you put it out there, you took the time to put it into practice, you did the research, you're being your own champion, methods that genuinely help you and support you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Why did the school kids eat their homework? Because their teacher told them it was a piece of cake.
That's really bad, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
And even if we know strategies, we don't utilise them, we are scared to upset the apple cart, we lose faith in our ability to try different paths. Maybe we never had the knowledge that we could. Know that one well. We can have the knowledge and not implement it. Keeping in mind, we don't stick to anything new. That's why we need to hang in there until it sticks. Change is a constant in our personal life and in the workplace.
Hey, why don't blind people skydive?
I don't know why.
Because it scares their dogs.
Oh, Bob.
So, how about practical rehearsal techniques, eh?
Now, let's get into the practical side. How can you start rehearsing your best life?
Yeah, just ask that.
Daily visualisation, or thinking about it specifically. As I was saying before, spend a little time each day visualising your goal. Using the example, say, in this instance of the new job, picture yourself there. How does it feel? What are you doing? Who are you with? The more details, the better.
Oh, yes, I'm there. Okay, what am I wearing? Do I look good?
You look fabulous, Bob.
You know what? I always forget to say my affirmations.
Well, again, it's creating the habit. Something that feels natural to you, sounds believable in your thinking. Create statements that align with your vision. For example, I am confident and capable of achieving my dreams. Or I attract opportunities that bring me closer to my goals. Say these often.
Yep, good.
If you've not done it before, initially, like anything new, it'll feel a bit weird or perhaps fake. But like anything, if you persevere, giving yourself the gift of change, there will be wonderful benefits. Another guy I've got to mention, author Neville Goddard, author of many books. Goddard was a student and teacher of the New Thought movement, which began in the late 19th century. The central teaching of his movement is that individuals can change their personal world through the focused use of one's mind or imagination. One of my favourites, Feeling is the Secret. His books are the simplest, clearest, frankest work I have ever read. Simple, but so profound. Please listen to Neville Goddard. As said by Neville Goddard, man becomes what he imagines. He has a self-determined history. Imagination is the way, the truth, the life revealed. Dr. Wayne Dyer recommended Neville's works as tools for the realisation of self. I'm very glad that I took his advice and picked up a few of Neville Goddard's audio books on YouTube. Free on YouTube. If you can't buy them, fantastic resource.
Why are pediatricians always so grumpy?
I don't know why.
They have little patience. Little patience. I just do it. Yeah. Oh.
Thanks, Bob. In Feeling is the Secret, the book written by Neville Goddard, He explores the power of our emotions and their role in shaping our reality. He emphasises that our feelings are the key to manifesting our desires and creating the life we truly want. By assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, we can make our future dreams a present reality. The book highlights the importance of positive feelings and their impact on our subconscious mind. It's very clever and true. It makes you not hold on to bad moods, or simply you just feel better, and or even feelings that come through. You're able to not hold on to them as quickly because we now know that we don't want to attract more of the same. I also listen to the meditations from YouTube, Neville Goddard's based ones, and frequency music, and they have helped so much. I wake up in the morning with a distinct feeling of just feeling uplifted. Who doesn't want to feel like that?
Well, I like that.
Yeah, me too, Bob. Neville Goddard was an advocate of using mental processes to bring about desires and believed that all people are co-creators with an all-powerful bearing in mind that universal law is not limited by time or space. Sometimes role play can be important. Physically acting out your desired outcomes can be incredibly effective. If you're working towards a promotion, for example, practicing presenting yourself as if you already have the role, how would you speak? How would you carry yourself? I like to think, even when things are shitty, that my normal day is someone else's dream, and that supports me well to bring in that feeling of being grateful. I have found to absolutely not putting time into what I don't have. It can threaten to send us down rabbit holes, and not helpful rabbit holes, might I add, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Journaling. Oh my goodness. Write as if your dreams have already come true. Describe your ideal day, week, or year in the present tense. I am statements like I am in a loving relationship. I am growing as a person. I am happy in my career. I am loving my new home. This not only reinforces your vision, but also helps you to stay focused on what you truly want.
Are you ever too old for this?
Never too old. Still breathing, not too old ever, no.
But you're pretty old. I mean, you're getting really old, like older than God's balls old.
Oh, Bob, still breathing, all right?
But you
Look, but you know, Bob, kindness is my go-to, but F off is my wingman.
Okay.
Overcoming our doubts and fears. It's natural to have doubts and fears when you start rehearsing your best life. Your mind might try to convince you that it's unrealistic or impossible. But here's the thing. Every successful person has faced these same doubts. Every single one of them. The key is to acknowledge them, but not let them control you. When a negative thought arises, counter it with your rehearsed vision. Remember, this is your life, and you get to choose how to live it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm presently taking steps to overcome my hiking addiction. I'm not out of the woods yet.
I know when I went into my very first business way back in the early 1980s in Sydney, Australia, I had so little experience in the business side of it that it should have been enough to put me off. But I must say, there is nothing you can't learn on the job. If it is truly what you want to do, some things obviously require particular training, yes, of course. But I'm talking about at that moment, or wanting to go beyond what perhaps you've expected of yourself before, that other road is very doable. The unknowns very quickly become known. And it's nothing you can't do, truly. If you're driven and not expecting someone else to do the legwork for you, you'll do it. It all comes back to you, and I truly prefer that. I do not like to rely on the third party to be making decisions for me, ever. The celebrity sporting stories I spoke of earlier, and even mine, show us that change is not only possible, it's achievable, and it all starts with the way you rehearse your life every single day.
There's no need to understand everything, is there?
Bob, absolutely correct.
Call to action.
#rehearse your best life. So what's your next step? Start rehearsing your best life today. Take a few moments after this episode to visualize your ideal life. Write it down, say it out loud, and most importantly, believe in it. Remember, you have the power to shape your reality. The more you practice, the closer you get to making it a reality.
You have to start believing that you deserve more than just bare minimum.
That is absolutely right. Yes, Bob.
Yeah, that's right.
Clarify your why.
godfathers, there's a why.
Yes, before jumping into action, it's essential to connect with the reason behind your goal. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? What will achieving this bring to my life? Understanding your deeper motivation fuels your commitment and helps you to avoid burnout when things get tough. This can all be fleshed out in your journaling practice, for example. At times, life will be terribly difficult, and at times, life will be infinitely better than you could ever imagined. So, break down big goals into small, manageable bites. Instead of being overwhelmed by a massive goal, break it down into the smaller milestones. Think of these as stepping stones. I call them lily pads. For example, if your goal is to write a book, break it down into, maybe you might have a research phase. You might create an outline. You might decide you're going to write 500 words a day. You might do editing in stages. Again, visualize the end result, think about the end result and the process. Use SMART goals. Some folk relate to this very well also. So make sure your goals are, so this is an analogy. Not an analogy.
An acronym.
That's right, another A word. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
So SMART. So SMART. S stands for specific. Be clear about what you want to achieve. M, measurable. Decide how you'll track progress. A is for achievable. Set realistic goals that are within your ability. R is for relevant. Ensure your goal aligns with your broader life objectives. T, time-bound. Give yourself a deadline to foster urgency. For example, you could acknowledge, I want to be healthier. Then start to say, I will go for a 30-minute walk 5 times a week for the next 3 months.
You call that bite size?
Well, yes, it's a start. It's an example.
Okay.
Visual cues to stay on track. This could be a vision board, setting reminders on your phone or posting motivational quotes at home or your workspace, your locker, in your car. These cues keep your goals top of mind. It is amazing to me how I can forget when I've started on a new goal. I think, oh, that's right, I was thinking about that. So cues are so important. And the thing is, there will be times when you will be off track. Consider it to be what it is, just a season you're in. It will pass, and get back to it as soon as you can. In a world full of speeches and promises, remember that behaviour, what they or you do, is the greatest language.
Yeah, so easy to pontificate. Great changes coming up.
God, so true, Bob. We've just got to keep in mind to be prepared to pivot. We've got to adjust. And that's normal when you look back in different parts, different stages of your life. You thought you were going that way and whoop, I'm going this way now. It's normal. It's like when a star appears stationary, the Earth's rotation causes them to shift position throughout the night. Circumstances change and flexibility is key. So as I say, be willing to pivot.
Oh, yes, I do like a good pivot.
If something isn't working, reassess and make the necessary changes. Stars are a reminder of distance and time. As you make progress, take time to look back at how far you've come. Reflecting on your journey will give you a sense of accomplishment, and journaling is...
really shows your progress, does it?
It does. It absolutely does. So that's it. That's the end of another episode.
Surely not.
Yes, it is. And I'd like to thank you as always for listening, and especially special thank yous for those who write to me, email. It really, really means a lot.
Your email address is?
Well, Jar of Marbles podcast, all one word, all lowercase, @gmail.com. Address is in the show notes on YouTube too. Sincere thanks. I love hearing from you, so keep it up and I'll always respond. So say good day to the family for me. Give the Himalayan goat a tickle, and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then. Bye.
Bye.